Hello, this is your Guru. What's happening? Hyundai recently released the IONIQ9 with the base trim starting at 67.15 million won in the 60s range. Finding a spacious 3-row electric SUV in the 60 million won price range is quite challenging, isn't it? So I quickly shared this news with you. This was just last week. The starting price of the Kia EV9 was 73,370,000 won, while the IONIQ9 was 67,150,000 won, a difference of exactly 6,220,000 won. So I told you that the IONIQ9 had a bit more value, and I also explained in detail what differences there were based on the same trim. Kia released the electric vehicle 9 Standard on Tuesday, April 18th, demonstrating the benefits of competition in the market. The Kia electric vehicle 9 Standard costs 64,120,000 won, which may surprise some. The base trim price of the IONIQ9 was 67,150,000 won, but this is a whopping 3,030,000 won cheaper. Alright, then let's take a look at the official information first. Today, 2 vehicles were unveiled at the same time. The electric vehicle 9 Grand Touring and the more affordable standard model were both revealed and released simultaneously. The high-performance model, the Kia electric vehicle 9 Grand Touring, has been released. Our main interest is this vehicle. The standard model, which combines practicality and competitiveness, has now started taking orders. It's the existing electric vehicle 9 Long Range, meaning they've adjusted the prices for each trim in the long range model to strengthen its product competitiveness. So, what does this mean? For today, let's focus only on the details announced about the electric vehicle Grand Touring. The maximum combined output is 374 kW, 509 horsepower, with a peak torque of 75.0 kgfm. Of course, since it's a high-performance model, it has both front and rear motors. It can reach 100 km/h in just 4.5 seconds. The battery capacity is the same as before, with a 4th generation high-voltage battery of 99.8 kWh, allowing it to travel 408 km on a single charge. Personally, the feature I was most pleased to see in the high-performance model is that it finally comes with a preview electronic control suspension. Through the test drive review, I mentioned that the electric vehicle 9's driving performance is actually pretty good. There was just one thing I was disappointed about, and it was exactly this. It's the preview electronic control suspension. Besides basic straight roads, you also encounter corners, bumps, speed bumps, and potholes. In these situations, the preview electronic control suspension is the feature that provides more stable handling and improves ride comfort. Electronic control suspension has not been equipped in electric vehicles until now. However, with the electric vehicle 9 Grand Touring model, the preview electronic control suspension has finally been applied. Since it comes with an internal combustion engine, electronic control suspension, and a battery, the weight is much heavier. I'm personally curious about what differences there are with the preview electronic control suspension applied to electric vehicles. Today's main character is the standard model. With the launch of the Grand Touring model, Kia also added the standard model for customers looking for an entry-level family electric vehicle with a lower price point. However, the biggest difference is the battery capacity. The standard model is equipped with a 76.1 kWh battery, allowing it to travel 374 km on a single charge. Of course, this range is more than enough for city driving, but in Korea, many people think of an electric car's range as the distance between Seoul and Busan. The previous model had a 99.8 kW battery, and the newly announced standard model has a 76.1 kW battery. If you subtract 76.1 kW from 99.8 kW, the difference in battery capacity is 23.7 kW. The electric vehicle 9 is also divided into a long-range model that can go farther and a standard model optimized for city driving. The battery capacity is the standard here. Besides the battery capacity, I wonder if there are any differences in the features included in each trim. In the previous video, I compared the base trim of the IONIQ9 and the base trim of the electric vehicle 9 in great detail. Likewise, I'll compare the newly released standard models this time as well. Now, the crucial part, the price. The price of the standard model is for the base air trim. It's 64,120,000 won for the air trim, 68,910,000 won for the earth trim, and for the long-range two-wheel drive, the air trim is 68,570,000 won, and the earth trim is 73,360,000 won. For the long-range all-wheel drive model, the air trim costs 72,050,000 won, and the earth trim is 76,890,000 won. The Grand Touring line is 79,170,000 won and the Grand Touring is 88,480,000 won. Now that the standard model has been added, not everyone will need a powerful all-wheel drive vehicle, right? Especially if you mainly drive in the city. If you only occasionally drive long distances, even though the battery capacity has decreased a bit, the 76.1 kWh battery should still be sufficient. So, what differences are there? Let's look at this first. I compared the price to capacity ratio of the existing battery, similar to comparing the price per 100 grams of products in a supermarket, using this as a standard for comparison. First, the original price of the electric vehicle 9 was 7,337,000 won, and it had a 99.8 kWh battery. If you calculate it based on the price at that time, it's about 735,000 won per kWh. You can just think of it as roughly 735,000 won per kWh. The base price of the IONIQ9 was 67,150,000 won, with a total battery capacity of 110.3 kWh. If you calculate it like this, the price per kWh for the IONIQ9 is about 608,000 won, so it's roughly 610,000 won. The newly released electric vehicle 9 Standard was priced at 64,120,000 won. It has a 76.1 kWh battery. In this case, the apparent price has gone down, but if you look only at the battery, the dependency has actually increased. Now, let's compare the capacity of the two vehicles. The electric vehicle 9 long range is equipped with a 99.8 kWh battery, while the standard has a 76.1 kWh battery. So the difference in capacity between the long range and the standard is 23.7 kWh. And basically, the IONIQ9 comes with a 110.3 kW battery, while the electric vehicle 9 Standard has a 76.1 kW battery. So the difference is bigger than expected. The IONIQ9 has a battery capacity 34.2 kWh less than this vehicle, a significant difference. So what's the conclusion? For those who felt the previous price was a bit burdensome, if you mainly travel within the city or between cities, your dependence on battery capacity is relatively low. For people like this, if you like the design of the Kia electric vehicle 9 but had to buy the IONIQ9 because of the price, this will be good news for you. On the other hand, if you want to drive more than 500 kilometers with the base model, it's the opposite for people like this. Since the IONIQ9 basically comes with a 110.3 kWh battery, the IONIQ9 seems like a better choice. The best part is that your options have expanded. Despite the current raw electric vehicle fatigue, a variety of new electric cars must be released to overcome this challenge and revitalize the market. Now we can finally meet the diverse needs of consumers. The electric vehicle 5, a key player in the mass market electric car segment, is set to launch in the second half of the year. What's clear is that the price of this vehicle will likely be set to match that of the Kia Sorento or Santa Fe hybrid vehicles, which are currently the most popular in the domestic market. Thus, the electric vehicle landscape is set to change somewhat from this year onward. In fact, until now, vehicles like the IONIQ 5 or electric vehicle 6 weren't exactly electric cars that anyone could afford, and at that price range, there were plenty of other options to choose from. Mid-size SUVs like the Sorento or Santa Fe with good fuel efficiency and roomy interiors provided great value. It looks like we'll soon be able to see the vehicles that will lead these changes. As I mentioned earlier, in the next video, I'll give you a detailed comparison between the newly released Kia electric vehicle 9 Standard trim and the IONIQ9. To automatically receive the next video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Thanks. If this was helpful, please give it a like, subscribe and turn on notifications to get accurate new car information quickly. Thank you.